what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. How about this, Jake? ESPN. Post-spring football, college football power rankings by our guy Mark Schlabach, who doesn't love some good power rankings to get upset about in the spring. And, when you look at them, I think there's a couple interesting things that jumped off the top. How do you want to do this? Do you want to just go through the top 10? Do you want to start by giving me who shocks you most on this list, or do you just start with that where LSU is?
I think let's go through the top 10. We can work our way down to number 1 because there's some of these teams that have changed and actually like some big jumps in some of these teams.
So you want to start at 10 and go to 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
There's a big jump at number 10.
At number 10, you already know it, the Texas Longhorns. I mean, I know we use the Lucy kicking the football analogy a lot for the Pelicans. Mm-hmm. I'll be damned if it doesn't apply here, except there's way smarter people that continue to try to kick that ball than there are with the Pelicans. Like, at least most people just tell me I'm an idiot constantly when I believe in the Pelicans and think they're going to get it done for me. Like, the smartest college football minds in the country continue to think that Texas is getting it done for them, and they continue to be disappointed year in and year out. And Steve Sarkisian is not a good coach. I have no faith in Texas. I don't care how good the roster is. The roster's always been good. They will not win the Big 12. They will not do what you think they will.
I'd actually like to know what happened between now and then where they jumped from 16 in the previous ranking to number 10 now. Last year they were 8-5 overall. They were 6-3 in the Big 12, but what makes you think? Now, they do return their offensive production. I think it says right here. They have 9 guys returning, 6 on defense, but it's from a okay team, and you lose your most talented player without question, Bijan Robinson, to the NFL. So this feels like same thing every year. Here's Texas, top 10. You're going to finish outside the top 25.
It's like, look, man, I could definitely be wrong on this, but it's not that hard to me. Like, it's just not that complicated. Like, I would rather be wrong just using the mountain of evidence that I have that tells me that Texas will disappoint you. Like, why would I give them the benefit of the doubt? And what pisses me off is you're going to have a bunch of Atotoso people out there when they've been saying this for years, and I kind of appreciate this from just a pure sports talk take strategy standpoint, Jake, but they've been saying it for years, and then, like, eventually they're going to be right. I've been telling you. Here they come. telling you. Texas, like, okay,
Texas
great.
Back.
Great. Broken clock and all that.
Dude, if they say it 10 years in a row, the 10th year, you might have struck gold.
You better be right once. Even a broken clock's right twice a day, so get the hell out of here, Texas. I don't believe in you at all at 10.
No, I mean, what have you done now, like currently right now? Who have you brought in that's going to be that much of a game changer to change you from an 8-5 football team? Like, you have to go on the road to Tuscaloosa in the non-conference. There's a couple of Big 12 teams that I think are going to be better than they were a year ago. A couple of bounce-back candidates in, like, Baylor and Oklahoma. I still think TCU is going to be good, not to the extent they were this year, but they're still going to be good. They're returning the quarterback that was the starter before he gets hurt and Max Duggan comes in.
Yeah.
They have pieces left, not the same ones, but no, I think Texas is going to have a very similar year. Maybe 9-4, maybe.
Yeah. No, I mean, yes, that's where if they go 9-4, I would be impressed because it's better than anything Steve Sarkisian's ever done. He might have a 10-win season at some school somewhere in there. Number 9 on this list, the Clemson Tigers. This makes all sense in the world. I'm actually pretty bullish on Clemson. I think they got a great OC hire in Garrett Riley. I think they remain the most talented team in the ACC. Well, we'll see. There's a team higher on this list, so maybe not.
Yeah.
But, of course, Clemson deserves to be 9.
It feels about right. I don't think they're going to be champions. I don't think they'll be in the college football playoff. They're not to where they were when they were making it seem like every single year, but I do think Cade Klubnik is an upgrade over DJU. I certainly think that they bring in, to your point, T, a better offensive coordinator, probably the biggest offensive coordinator mind that was out there, and that's a little different from what Dabo's done the past couple of years. He's hired from within. He's been probably loyal to a fault.
Yeah.
But he makes a move, hires Garrett Riley away from TCU, says, hey, K. Klubnik, this is your team. So DJU transfers to Oregon State. So the things, and again, if there's worse things to be than loyal, but Dabo has been loyal to a fault to some of his coaches and maybe players, and he understands that he's got to make some changes to get Clemson back to where they've been.
Yeah, and remember, DJU left and was like, hey, that offense was boring as hell. Okay, well, maybe Garrett Riley can fix it. Number 8 in this list, Penn State Nittany Lions. With James Franklin, I'm kind of like, look, man, you have been really, really great head coach when it comes to just like pretty consistent results. Now, Penn State's had some wobbles, but again, I kind of forgive. Whether you did good or bad in the COVID year, I don't care. I kind of write it off. Like, it's such an outlier. It's such a weird year.
Certainly in the Big Ten.
And so if you look at him at Vanderbilt, look at him at Penn State, he's been uber consistent, but he just can't get over the hump at Penn State. He can't win the big games. And now you finally don't have, oh my God, how am I blanking on his name? I've watched him play.
Clifford.
Yes, Sean Clifford, after 18 years, is no longer starning quarterback.
You watched him play. Your dad watched him play.
I played against him in the 08 Capital One Bowl. We freaking lost to him.
There's no doubt.
But yeah, now everybody's talking about Drew Lahr, 5-star, all this and that.
Yeah.
Like this is the year Penn State beat either Ohio State or Michigan, get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you were really good a year ago, but you're 11-2. Who'd you lose to? Ohio State and Michigan. You've got to figure out how to get over that hump. And if you don't, you can still go 11-2. You can probably play in the Rose Bowl, which is great, but you're not going to hoist national championship trophies or get into the CFP until it expands in a couple of years.
Yeah. And he just needs, like, just for fan happiness, you have to beat one of the big boys.
Yeah.
And then you got the LSU Tigers coming in at 7, which makes a ton of sense. Really excited to watch Mason Smith and Mekhi Wingo do battle next to each other once again this year. But honestly, because as Mark points out here, right, they take down Alabama, they nearly lose to Arkansas, they get blown out by A&M. All this is going to have to do with how much of a step does Jaden Daniels take. And I think he looked great in the spring game. I love the reports I'm hearing. I think LSU potentially a bit lower than they should be on this list at 7.
I think so as well. There's a couple of positions, safety, maybe running back, that people still have question marks about. Like running back, you have a list of candidates, but which one of those candidates is going to step up, and can they raise their level of play from what it was a year ago? It doesn't have to be a major leap, but it does need to be a step forward there. And you have to know how to play as a favorite. You have to have a killer instinct. You can't just go out there and do it against Ole Miss, Florida, Alabama, because those games are hyped up. You got to do it against Arkansas. You got to do it against a bad Texas A&M team as well. Those are the things that you have to take care of.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.